So, good evening, good evening. I do apologise for not doing a stream earlier. I fully fell asleep. I'm fully sunburned as well, and I've got no hair gel. Life's going really well for me right now. But as you can see, Mikel Arteta did join me for a press conference earlier today. And yeah, he went through a lot of... I didn't even know he'd done this press conference. Real talk, he'd done this press conference yesterday. I didn't know that he'd done this, and I searched this last night, so I don't know whether it was embargoed or anything like that. But I searched this yesterday and I couldn't find this. So listen, that's why I didn't do it last night. We'll go through it today. Do go and stick a like on the video. Do subscribe if you're new. Very, very close. Literally less than 50 people away, I think, from 37,000. So that's pretty damn mad. Thank you very much for all the love recently. And also, download HOTMIC. I will be streaming onto that tomorrow for the Sheffield United game against us. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. The lighting's not great either, so I do apologise. Just gonna have to bear with me for 15 minutes or so. But we have got a game tomorrow, and it is going to be a pretty tough game. Listen, we lost there last year in the league. We've done pretty well against them in cups. I see a stat. I'll put it on my Insta actually. The last 3 times that we have beaten Sheffield United in the FA Cup, we've gone on to win it. So that's pretty damn good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that is an omen and we can go and win the cup again, because what's been a really bad season could end up winning an FA Cup. So listen, there is still all to play for, which is why I'm going to go with a fully strong team when I do my starting 11 and preview for the game tonight. But let's just go through this transcript real quick for those of you that haven't seen it. I'm not going to bother asking them, reading out the question about Liverpool winning the league. I thought it was just a pathetic question. Why would you ask Mikel Arteta in this press conference for his game what he thinks of Liverpool winning the league? I mean, what a dumb question. Like he's going to sit there and say anything other than it's amazing. Do you see them as an inspiration? Well, I suppose that's not a bad question, is it? Yes, they were in a very difficult position 4 years ago and they made a lot of right decisions. One of them was selling their star man. And then he said they made some very difficult decisions, some unpopular ones, but the right decisions for them. They've been very consistent with their message, very clear with their messages from the top to the bottom, and ruthless mentality to go into the game with the mentality to win every game, which is very true. And do you know what? The one thing I like about Liverpool is that even when it was not really going great at the very beginning, they had a style of play real quick. We haven't had a style of play since probably Wenger a long, long time ago. And it's been hard to watch, isn't it? But there you go. What will it do for the players to win the FA Cup? Mikel Arteta replied, "We are very excited. It's a competition that is very likened to this football club. This is the club that's won it more times than anyone else in the country. The players are excited. Having the chance to go to Wembley, even if it's empty, is such a special occasion, so we'll try very hard. We're going to face difficult opposition for sure, but the boys are excited about it." He was then asked about, because obviously he was our captain when we won it in 2014. Do you remember how much it galvanised you in 2014? He said, yes, it was almost 10 years before Arsenal had won anything under Arsene. And we can see it was the year that we had an opportunity to win it and we went all out for it. We had the belief we wanted to create something special again. And I think that was the platform to build what we did for the next few years. Obviously, after that, we won it a couple more times. What catches your eye when you watch Sheffield United play? His reply was the clarity of the idea of how they play and how they approach football games. Very clear plans, clear patterns and roles, and a manager who has transmitted exactly how they want to play. They did it last year really well and this season as well. Look where they are in the league. I can't see any of your comments for now, so I will come back to some in a minute, so bear with me because I am obviously reading this out. He was then asked, how do you decide what team to play in this game? Listen, I'll answer that one before he even does, because listen, it's an opportunity to go and win a tournament. It's an opportunity to win a cup that we've dominated for a long time and won more than anyone. And you have to go with your best 11. I've said it since he's been our manager. He ain't played our best 11. He now probably can't play our best 11 because Martinelli's out. So he has got a headache. Obviously, he's dropped Guendouzi for the game the other day. I'm going to come to that in a minute because he talks about that in a minute. But you have to pick your best 11. It's a cup competition. We got nothing to play for in the league. Yeah, yes, people can say Europa League, this and that. Yeah, great. I'd love to get Europa League. I actually enjoy the Europa League more so than I enjoyed the Champions League, because we were just getting piped every year by Bayern Munich or Barcelona. At least in the Europa League, before this season, we actually had a chance to go and win it. Semi-final, then a final. And obviously this year we completely capitulated. But there you go. Anyway, Arteta's response was, we've been unfortunate because we picked up a lot of injuries last few weeks. We need players to recover as well. They're playing every 3 days in the condition, and the conditions in this hot climate are getting harder and harder for sure. We're going to use some of the players from the last game, but we'll have to rotate some of them as well. I have to manage the squad in the best way possible. Then it's Wednesday, Saturday, then Wednesday again, and the games are catching up and the players are still not at their best condition to compete. Listen, we have got a lot of games coming up. We've got Wolves, then we've got Leicester 3 days after that. 5 days later, we've then got Tottenham. 3 days after that, we've then got the champions, Liverpool. We have got a lot of games coming up, but listen, the next game is the most important game, and that is why you play your best 11. Excuse me. Does the deserted Wembley Stadium devalue the region of the semi-final or final? Will it still be exciting? I'm not even bothering reading that. What a stupid question. No, we'd just get to the final. It'd be rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Who asks these questions? Arsenal have a real love for the FA Cup. He said, absolutely. We did in recent years 3 FA Cup wins in 4 seasons. It's pretty remarkable and difficult to achieve because it is a lot of games and a lot of tricky situations you have to come through. Game management, excuse me, is really important. Things in these ties. And we need to know how to play for 90 minutes extra time and sometimes penalties, because it's a mind game as well as in this competition. Do you think if we had waited for another 2 weeks, fans could get into the stadium? I mean, I ain't even bothering with that either. What a dumb question. You have a lot of good youngsters. It's not all doom and gloom. Arsenal are still progressing. He says, I have a lot of faith on all the young talent we have at the football club, but we need the right stability and foundations around them to make sure they develop in the right way and at the right moment with the right amount of pressure behind them in order for them to do that. It's a process. If you speed up that process, you risk burning them out, and we cannot do that. We have some really young players who are playing more football than they probably should be, but are showing great maturity and personality to play in difficult moments, which is great for their experience. But we need other players to support them in the right way, and that is what we are trying to achieve. The balance has to be very competitive, but I'm excited about the future ahead. Sorry, I've got a banging sore throat today as well. Not many people have won the FA Cup as a player and a manager for the same club. He said, I'll try and transmit to them how beautiful it is. A lot of them haven't experienced what Wembley means, and I have to try and convince them it's worth the effort. Well, you shouldn't have to convince them anything. I don't quite like what he just said there. I have to try to convince them it's worth the effort to go again after 3 days. Boy, Jesus Christ. And the effort they put in at Southampton, I'm sure they're very willing to do so. The rewards are really nice. Let's go and try again. Any team news? He said, no, none. Are the reports about Matteo Guendouzi true or false? For anybody who doesn't know, Matteo Guendouzi is actually linked with Man United today. And apparently they're really keen on getting him. I mean, listen, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But there was a couple of stories out the other day saying that Arsenal were open to offloading Guendouzi. And even he's open to the idea of leaving. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I do think that there's going to be a lot of clashes between him and Arteta if he stays. But I do rate him. I think he's all right. But anyway, he said, as I said yesterday in the press conference, whatever internal issues we have, we will deal with them privately. I'm never going to make any public of that. Will he be an Arsenal player next season? All of the players that are here, I'm counting on them. If they want to jump on the boat, they're more than welcome. That's always my mindset. I'm here to help all of them improve individually and collectively. Then he was asking about Bellerin's form. Has it been a concern? Well, listen, if Hector Bellerin starts that game tomorrow, and I'm Chris Wilder, I'm saying attack, 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 attack Bellerin every single time we get the ball. Useless footballer. He said, as I said, he's had a lot of injuries in the past seasons and hasn't allowed them to be very consistent. Well, maybe you should drop him then, even in training or in games that he's played. So I pick players based on what I see in training, was what he said a few weeks back. But now he's not been consistent in training, but I'll just pick him anyway. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's breathe. And obviously, when that happens to your level of consistency, the performance will always drop. But the effort that he puts in and the commitment that he shows to the club and the players is always at the top. And his performances can improve. Of course they can. He is trying hard to do that. We're here to help him. With no crowd at Southampton, it was evident how vocal Granit Xhaka is. He's still a leader, isn't he? He then said, yeah, he's a natural leader sometimes who is always 1,000% committed. Not just for himself, but to help his teammates all the time. I'm happy that you can hear him more now. Could he be captain again of this side? Jeez. Hopefully, I have 24 captains who are willing to take leadership. Good reply. Wherever they like. This is not the only one to be captain. You can be captain in many different ways. Be yourself, express yourself, play with passion, and set an example to your teammates. For me, that is a leader. I think that was everything. Yes, that was everything. So there we go. Listen, some of the stuff he says is superb. Like that last bit. Hopefully I've got 24 captains. Cool, great, brilliant. Worrying signs though when he's saying that Hector Bellerin is not even consistent in training. Like, okay, so even more reason to play the guy who was consistent in Maitland-Niles, surely. But I don't know. Listen, I ain't going to sit and moan about it. We've got a game tomorrow. I'm excited for the game. I'm not going to be all negative and doom and gloom over it. But I will tell you, Bellerin ain't getting in my starting 11 when I do my preview at 9 o'clock. So there you go. Anyway, smash the likes up. Let's read out some of your comments. Big up my sister. How you doing? Say hello to the little ones for me, Donna. And big up everybody else in the chat as well. Let's read some more of these. Whoever's interested in leaving can leave. There you go. I do apologise about my dead lighting as well. It's not great at the moment. We're going to lose, says Joe. Listen, you'll find out what I think a little bit later, but when I do my preview and that. But yeah, I just think like, listen, you've got to go with your best team. This is a competition that we've won so many times. I've seen us win it. I can't even remember how many times. I think 7, 8, something like that. I think it's 8. I think I've seen us win this competition 8 times. I think. Might be saying I can't remember. But I want to win it. Yeah, if we're in it, go and win it. Try and win it. Yeah, and listen, we know that this bunch of bottle jobs always turn up and put a performance in when their backs are up against the wall and everyone's had enough of them. They did it when we played Chelsea in the cup final. Yeah, we were all on them. We were all on their case. And out of nowhere, they put in the best performance of the season. They've done it a few other times as well. But do I think we can go on and win it when I look at the other teams that are in the competition? It's going to be really hard, man. I mean, the way Man United played against Sheffield United the other day, yeah, they were just relentless. They were coming at all angles at Sheffield United. And I do think that, listen, I do think we'll beat them. I think that Sheffield United have, the lockdown's probably not helped them because they were flying high and they've come back and they've just been crap, haven't they? Let's be real. But I don't know. We shall see what happens tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Thank you for your donation, my guy. Would you take the guy from Salzburg? Slobberschlag. Yes, I was going to do my stream on that, but then I see this press conference had taken place. I was like, I swear I searched that yesterday and couldn't find it. So yeah, I would take him. I think he's good. Arsenal are apparently in advanced talks with him as well. So £22 million is pretty much a bargain, but we shall see. Mo says maybe Saka right back and Tierney left. I definitely don't want Saka at right. No chance. Not for me. Not for me. Maitland-Niles for me, buddy. Afternoon, Dr. Viraj. Apparently the board have cleared the air with Guendouzi and want him to stay. And he is committed to Arteta and the team. Well, we shall find out. We shall find out in the next coming months when the transfer window is officially open. It opens next month. So yeah, we shall see. Afternoon, say, did you see the Hakimi rumours 40 million to Inter? We should be there. Imagine partying Hakimi, great foundation for the summer transfers. But let's sign David Luiz for our technical future plan. Well, there you go. What can you do? There's not really a lot we can do apart from sit and moan about it, which is quite depressing, really, isn't it? Because, you know, we all want Arsenal to succeed. We all want to get the best players. And for 40 million quid to get that geezer in, that would actually probably unleash Pepe a hell of a lot more, that's for sure. Because Pepe was having a right go at Bellerin the other day because he weren't giving him the ball. Afternoon, Chris. Maitland-Niles must start no matter what. Cedric, but I'm not sure if he's fit. I think he's out, John. I think he's out, mate. I think another couple of weeks away. I think Arteta said the other day. I probably won't be doing that video now, mate. I probably won't be doing that video now because I'm 9 o'clock. I'll be doing the preview for the game. So yeah, and then tomorrow, a big day. Chig will be joining me. So if you haven't subscribed to Goon Eagle Eyes, links in the description. So do go and check him out. My partner in Arsenal watch-alongs, and we're going to sit down and dissect it. Like I said, do download HOTMIC as well because I will be streaming onto HOTMIC tomorrow as well, which would be kind of cool. We may as well play Saka right back. He's played everywhere else. Pick up yourself. Yeah, that's true. He's played about 4 or 5 positions this season, hasn't he? Any news on Partey? Not from yesterday. I haven't really seen a great deal, mate, to be honest with you. Yesterday, apparently his agent was going to be flying in next week, so we shall see what happens with that one. It would be nice if we could get that deal done. So in training, Hecky B and Pepe can't work together. Why keep going into games like that? Bruv, listen, I've said this before, yeah, and this is why Mikel Arteta speaks a very good game. Yeah, he speaks a very good game at times, but he's just totally contradicted what he said when he first took the job. I will pick people based on what they do in training was one of the things he said. He goes, I'm not just going to pick big names. I'm going to pick people based on what they do in training. He's now just sat there and said, Hector Bellerin's basically not even consistent in training. Well, why are you picking him then? All you're doing is hampering our team and hampering Pepe. So I don't know, man. Listen, we need a right back. I'd play Maitland-Niles there until Cedric comes back, and then maybe just go with Cedric. I don't know. Let's do a couple more, and I'm going to go. Yeah, apparently that's what I see yesterday. That he's already held talks, and that he's going to fly to the UK next week to try and get the deal finalised and done. Which, listen, if that does happen, that's a good step forward because he is quality, isn't he? He is absolutely class. Afternoon, Omar. Bellerin's made Pepe's game worse. With Pepe, right? When you watched him at Lille, he had an overlapping right back. That overlapping right back then takes away a defender, so Pepe can come inside and ping the ball like he did the other day against Brighton. When he's not even getting the ball from the right back we have, there's a big issue there, which makes Pepe then look crap. But at the same time, he should come and get the ball. Just tell him straight. Just give him a flipping ball, mate. I'd be going mad, which he pretty much was the other day. Let me end on this one. We'll end on that one. Do smash the likes up if you haven't. Do subscribe if you're new. Do you think Stan wanted the players to take a pay cut to pay his £500 million loan to buy the club from 2 to loan to buy the club from 2 years? What club, man? What the loan he originally got? I don't think so, if I'm honest. I don't think so. Not for me, mate. I see a lot of people saying that he takes money out of Arsenal to fund his other businesses, or he gets a loan in America and secures it against Arsenal. Well, listen, any billionaire would do the same. Anyone who works in business would go and do the same. You don't you don't take all the money out of a football club, which he hasn't, by the way. He's took 6 million in 12 years. You don't take all the money out and go and put it in something else. You get a loan because of your assets, and there you go. And that's how it works. The game is 1 o'clock UK time tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you come and join me. I'll be going live about 10 to 12 for the starting 11 reaction. I've got a long drive back to Wolverhampton, that's for sure. And I'll be leaving early in the morning. So early night for me. I don't feel great today. My throat's killing me, man. I feel, look how sunburnt I am as well. But yes, the game is going to be a 1 o'clock kickoff. So I'll be doing the starting 11 reaction. I'll then be going live probably about 20 minutes before kickoff, and then Chig will be jumping on as well. So yeah, man, a lot of you guys are getting up early or watching it very late at night tomorrow. So big up all you real ones. And I'm going to get myself out of here. All have a lovely early evening, and I'll be back at 9 with my preview for that game. So latest, peeps.